Syria's brutal civil war is arguably the worst humanitarian crisis of the 21st century. Besides the use of chemical weapons, many ordinary Syrians and outsiders have faced gruesome conditions and torture while languishing in regime cells and makeshift prisons. Today on Decoded, we're asking if those detainees will ever walk free again. Popular protests spread across Syria in 2011. Since then, nearly 600,000 people have been killed in fighting across the country. At one stage, it looked as though rebels would take Damascus and unseat Bashar al-Assad, but he defeated the resistance to his rule with the help of Russia and Iran. Now the opposition has been pushed to a few pockets bordering Turkey. Meanwhile, the PKK-YPG, a EU-designated terrorist group, controls Syria's oil-rich regions with the help of US troops. Russians are spread in pockets across Syria, with Daesh still a presence. While Bashar al-Assad is still in power, tens of thousands have disappeared. In 2015, Human Rights Watch published a report laying out new evidence regarding the authenticity of the so-called Caesar photos, which identified many victims and their causes of death. According to it, most victims were detained by 5 intelligence agencies operating out of Damascus. They were tortured, starved, and often killed with blunt force trauma. Estimates cited by the UN in 2019 indicate that over 100,000 Syrians are still missing, their fate unknown. These are Syria's known unknowns, including US citizen Austin Tice, a freelance journalist believed to have been kidnapped by the Assad regime. Tice, who went missing in Damascus, is believed to be one of the United States' longest-held US hostages abroad, and despite repeated calls to ascertain his fate, he remains missing. This despite senior US officials traveling to Damascus to plead Tice's case with Syria's top spy. UAE's de facto ruler, MBZ, has also tried to secure Austin Tice's release, as has the Vatican. And in March 2020, then US President Donald Trump wrote a letter to Bashar al-Assad asking for information on Austin Tice's whereabouts. Roger D. Carstens, the State Department's hostage envoy, met with Syria's spy chief, Ali Mamlouk. Ali told Roger that US troops would need to leave the country and ties normalized before Syria would allow any progress on the Tice case. And this is just one case where the might of the US state is searching for just one American. So what can be done for the tens of thousands estimated to be missing in Syria? Answers are starting to emerge from Europe as a way to pressurize the Assad regime. A German court in early 2021 convicted Eyad al-Gharib, an alleged former Syrian intelligence officer, to 4.5 years after he was charged with crimes against humanity carried out in Syria. Another Syrian in Germany, Anwar Raslan, remains on trial. In February 2019, the Swiss NGO Trial International reported 149 Syria cases were being investigated under universal jurisdiction in 15 countries. 10 years of war, tens of thousands missing and or dead. Will there be justice for the crimes of Bashar al-Assad's brutal regime? Let us know what you think on our YouTube page. I'm on Twitter @Ali_Mustafa.